I'm back. I didn't think I'd be back today because I had kind of a busy morning, but I did some meditation at about right after lunchish time frame for me, and I cried. But it was good because I kept hearing, go tell them about forgiveness. Go tell them about the forgiveness. Go tell them. I'm like, well, all right, I will tell them about the forgiveness. And then I, of course, had to pull cards. And then, so here I am. And not that I don't enjoy it, because I do enjoy it. But I need some more water. That's kind of from this morning. Anyways, beautiful, 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 beautiful cards. I'm telling you, there's been a change in the universe. And there's been a change in just people who are connecting with themselves. They can feel it, and they can feel it in the air, and they can feel it in the atmosphere, and they can just feel it. And they can feel kind of, the pushback from certain things and certain people. But in the end, I'm telling you. So Angel Fairy cards, and then, of course, the Goddess Tarot. It's probably going to be one of my favorites forever. But you deserve the best. Reach for the stars. And love came in here again. So for those of you who've been looking for it, Angel of Marriage and assisting you right now. What do you desire right now? I can't talk today. Visualize it, and it will come about. Any kind of negative thought will block it. And you have an important life purpose with communication. Archangel Gabriel. I spoke about him earlier today. He is that angel that get out and do things that you don't feel like you can do. Those insecurities that you hear within yourself, don't ignore them. You get that chatter, that negative, you can't, and blah, blah, blah. Go away. So I pulled one for each of these rows. And under the deserve the best, reach for the stars, we got the Nine of Pentacles, which means working hard, working for you, doing for you, making sure you're taken care of. And how does it relate to the fact that this is kind of for me too? Is spiritual teacher was the card right underneath it. Your life purpose involves teaching others about healing and spirituality, which is my main focus 90% of the time, unless, I'm doing one of my other things. But it's just learning that until you open up and forgive yourself for the things that have happened in your past that you're still dwelling about and you're still thinking about and that are still going round and round in your head of, well, I should have did this, or I should have said that, or why didn't I do that, or blah, 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 blah. Enough. Stop beating yourself up. Stop letting those little voices in your head from you, your parents, the exes, the ex-boyfriends, the children, the best friends, the whatever. Get them out of your head. Because if all they're telling you is you can't, you can't, you can't, it's what you start to believe. And I'm telling you, when you were ever a people pleaser, like I was, it was all about everybody else, not about Lori. That's all you constantly hear. Because they're all telling you what to do, and you're running around like, cut off your head, and you're just pleasing everybody else, and you forgot about you along the way. And that is the biggest thing I had to come to the realization with about myself is you cannot do that and think that then you're going to be successful in life. Because all you are is just a nervous individual running around trying to please everybody, and in the end you're exhausting yourself and you have nothing left to give you. Well, how the hell does that help anybody? Sure didn't help me. It's something that it takes a lot of work. And I'm telling you guys, and I say this a lot, working on yourself is one of the hardest things you're ever going to do. But when you start thinking about yourself as important and more important than everybody else, things just start to happen for you. And I can't better explain it than that. And, just getting out here and talking to you and letting you know that there is more to life than the 9-to-5 grind. And then coming home, spending a little time with the ones that you love, and then going to bed and doing it up all over again. There is more to life. There are people out here making millions of dollars and educating themselves and learning on their own and doing things where they're not doing the 9 to 5. And guess what? They're happy. Or if you're happy doing that, then do that. But what I'm saying, for people that keep telling me, I'm not happy, I'm not this, blah, blah, da, da, I'm going to start taping mouths. If you're not happy, do something about it. Don't rely on the other people to do it. You do something about it. Well, I can't. Why can't you? Where does it say you can't go out and change things? I used to hear that a lot, especially as a child or even in my teens and my 20s. Well, we have to because it's this way, and this is the way I was told. Well, who are they? And what do they know? And why do I have to do it because they said? I have balked the system ever since I have been little. I didn't like to be told what to do. I didn't generally like what people had to tell me. And at the end of the day, what I went and did usually turned out better than what anybody told me. And it still does. Yeah, did I try to conform for a lot of years? Sure I did. But the older I get, the more I learned about me, the more I learned about myself. I still think what I think about me is way better than what anybody else is going to tell me. And why is that? Because I know myself better than anybody else. And I know how I'm going to respond to things. And I know what I'm going to do. And I've learned how to taper myself. Because, I, for those of you that know me, I have a mouth. And I'm not going to hold back, especially if you ask me. Especially if I see you, running down the same road, doing things that you've been doing since you've been 20 years old and think you're going to get the same result. Or it's going to change from that result. It's not. It's going to keep being the same thing over and over again. So quit doing it. Love yourself a little bit more. Forgive yourself a little bit more. But stop letting people dictate what your life should be. It's your life. So, from this morning's reading, it was about love. Mr. Daniel had to show up. He's the angel of marriage. Now, I pulled this card long ago, before I married my second husband. And kept getting it for him, and I wasn't looking to be married, nor was he. But apparently we had things to learn. So, there's either a commitment, a relationship, somebody's going to come in, and you're going to have to contemplate about it a little bit. Now, will this commitment to a person help me, or will it set me back? Now, that's the big thing that you got to look at, and it's what I do with friendships, whatever, any kind of contracts in my world. Is it going to help me grow and be a better person, or is it going to hold me back? But everything's going to turn out beautiful, whichever way you choose to go with it. Whether you choose to get into a relationship or don't choose to get into the relationship, it really doesn't matter, because in the end, you're going to be fine. And please don't base yourself on having to be in a relationship with somebody, because being in a relationship with somebody doesn't make you you. You make you you. Okay? Then you need to ask yourself, what do you deserve right now? Negativity, it's going to block it, so don't do it. Okay? Because you have many options coming in for you. 7 of Cups. And I just got a message. I don't know what that was about. Lots of choices out there. Lots that you can do. Lots that you can, So make sure you're looking and contemplating those choices. Sit and meditate on them. Again, meditation is for answers. Prayer is for asking. It's the way I look at it, and it works for me. But nature. Go sit outside. Go hug a tree. Go put your feet in the grass. I know there's snow out there right now in Wisconsin, but, do what you need to do. Go stand next to that tree and let it absorb all that negative energy that's in your body. I'm telling you, lean on it for 5 minutes. You will feel better. You really will. Because Mr. Archangel Gabriel says that you have an important job to communicate with others. So what is it that you're needing to communicate? Do you need to get on and do stuff like I'm doing? Do you have a book to write? Do you have, I don't know what it is, but only you can decide. Whatever it is that you need to be sharing, get out there and share it. Get out and spread some positivity. I'm tired of hearing about the this happened and that happened, and make me cry. A little boy here in Wisconsin that was murdered by people that lived in his building, and that his parents trusted with him. And this boy the boy that was watching him had some psychological problems, mentally had problems, and was left with this child. And he was found. I don't understand people sometimes. I don't want to cry. Emotional. But if you lead with good intentions and go out and have the communications, all of a sudden you're going to start to see some magic happening in your life. She don't show up for everybody. And I know she's hung out with me for a while, and I still believe I've got some sort of ancestry that I need to look into in reference to Egyptian roots from my family, because they emigrated from overseas. But whatever it is that you're wishing about, and whatever it is that you're looking to do, get out and do it with the inner work, and you go out and you focus on it, because you know what? It's going to be granted. Universe listens. It really does. It has this big, beautiful agenda to help you. And it will send you anything you want. But the problem of, what we do most of the time is we get in our own way. Well, I can, and da-da-da-da. And then I'm going to go squirrel. I've been accused of that many times. And you know what? So be it. I don't even care. But I just know that my life now has so much more meaning than it used to. And I feel better. I sleep better. I wake up better. And don't get me wrong, I have my days. We all have those days. But what I'm saying is, when you start to focus on working on you and getting through the crap, don't worry about what happened 20 years ago. Or somebody said something, or you didn't like the comment from the drunk at the bar because they were pissed off about something that probably had nothing to do with you. Or somebody took your parking spot, or blah, blah, blah. I'm telling you, we have too many people that like this to anger. And why is that? Because their internal nervous system is so revved up. They got so much going on. They don't know how to take a shh. Stop. Sit and think about what you're doing in your life. Are you a little Energizer bunny running around, with your... and there's no focus and there's no nothing? Well, where are you going? Who are you going to end up with? What's going to happen? Set some goals. Put it on paper. Big challenge. Put it on paper. When you see it, you do it. You know how much stuff I have stuck around my bed at night? I laugh at myself. But I'm a visual girl, and I need things like that to remind me, oh yeah. Otherwise, I go back to the squirrel mentality where it's, oh my God, I got 50 million things to do. Doesn't help you. Because on the bottom of the deck, again, stupid love cards. New romance. Or rekindled romance. This is wanting to come into a lot of people's lives right now, and there's going to be a shift that this is what's going to happen. And this, when you start forgiving yourself. Okay. I know. Another message. All she does is preach. All she does is tell us. If anything, take it for what it's worth. I just want you to understand that it all starts with you, and at the end of the day, the only one who can make those changes is you. So, I love you. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and I will see you soon.